If you wanted to play around with the Kubernetes but actually struggle to install and configure the cluster because hey, it's not an easy task, right? This video, I will show you how you can get your micro Kubernetes cluster up and running without any knowledge, without any deep dive in the terminal, many commands and whatever. We basically will do that with just one of the clicks, and that is possible thanks to Portainer, which is, again, another utility that we will be using. And initially I started and downloaded and installed it to manage my Docker containers and Docker environments. But I just accidentally found out that it is also capable to automatically deploy the Kubernetes cluster, which we're also going to do today. About the installation, you first of all need to install the Portainer, obviously, and there are a couple of ways how you can do that, and it's important to understand that Portainer has two editions. One is Community Edition, which is supposedly free and open source, but it has some limitations. And there's also the Business Edition, which has a couple of new features, but it is paid, but it has unlimited free trial for 3 nodes, 3 environments, basically 3 nodes. And the Kubernetes setup from the Portainer is available only in the Business Edition. So we will be signing up for the free trial, which is absolutely sufficient to just play around and get familiar yourself with the Kubernetes and learn some stuff. So how to do that? First of all, we need to install the Community Edition Portainer, and there are a couple of options like add an environment to existing installation. We don't have it. Set up a new Portainer Community Edition. You can install it as a Docker standalone, Docker Swarm, or in the Kubernetes. But if you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to deploy Kubernetes, I have a thought that you don't have a cluster already up and running. I personally did the Docker standalone, and I have this Docker here, and we can type docker ps. There is my Portainer container spinning up and running. Everything is fine. So install Community Edition Docker on a Linux. You can do it with a WSL, or you can do it on a Windows container service. Never used it, don't know how to do that. I've used the Linux, and basically deployment is just 2 commands: docker volume create Portainer data, and then just copy paste this line, which will get a Portainer container up and running on your system. And then you can log in through the browser. Don't forget that you need to type HTTPS, so SSL, and look for the port 9443 to actually access your Portainer UI. And I have here Business Edition. Initially, you will have Community Edition. You have a free tier, but you must have the Business Edition to deploy the Kubernetes cluster. And to get it, the only thing that you need to do is find Portainer business or pricing. Let's search like that. I don't remember the actual webpage. So Business Edition pricing, and here you can see the 3 nodes are free. 3 nodes only. Community support, no time or feature limits. Future upgrades included. Require Portainer version 2.18.4 or newer, and this is what we need. So get 3 nodes free. Here you see all the features that you will be getting. Fill in the questionnaire, which is the first name, last name, some job title, company, phone number, whatever. The only thing that you need to provide correctly is email, because email will be used to receive the license key that will be used to activate your Business Edition. And as far as I read, like, it is possible to reuse the same license key on multiple environments, because I've initially installed it on one computer, then for the sake of video installed it on the home desktop. But I did not succeed to use the same license key. Good thing that just provide a different email and you get another license key for the Business Edition. So when this is done, there's no deep verification of your identity or something. Basically, within the next minute, you will receive the license key in the email that you provided here. Then you will have to go in your Portainer.ui and click here on the Community Edition, and there will be a button upgrade or something like that, which basically will just ask this license key that you will copy paste. click upgrade, it will take like 10 seconds and you will have a business edition. I already have a local environment here, and that local environment is basically the virtual machine where my Portainer is spinning, right? It's Oracle Linux 8, I think. But it has nothing to do with our Kubernetes cluster. We won't be able to deploy it here. An important note, as far as I understood, right now, automatic deployment of the micro Kubernetes is supported only on Ubuntu. I initially tried to do that on my Oracle Linux machines. It failed with some error messages, and I didn't do any heavy troubleshooting. I just Googled with the error message and my environment, and I found a 5 months old post in some subreddit of the Portainer where some of the moderators said that right now this functionality is supported only on Ubuntu. So I've spin up 2 Ubuntu machines. I have them here, Ubuntu YouTube 2 and Ubuntu YouTube, which we're actually using to deploy the Kubernetes cluster. So long story short, how can we do that? First of all, we need to go to the environments. Here we have my local one. We don't care about that. We'll be deploying new. So we need to click on the add environment. Add environment. And we're looking for this, create a Kubernetes cluster, which means that we'll be using our existing infrastructure. If you have some cloud services like DigitalOcean or Linode, Saivo, Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, you can use those to automatically spin up the virtual machines for your Kubernetes cluster. I didn't do that. That's also an option for you. So I basically went with create a Kubernetes cluster in my own environment. Whenever you first time will click on this, it will also automatically prompt you to create the credentials for the authentication. So those will be used for the Portainer to connect to your control plane nodes and worker nodes and deploy everything, like deploy the Kubernetes cluster. I've spent quite much time, 10 minutes, 15, maybe 20, because initially I filled in the authentication and I messed things up. It was incorrect and I couldn't really change it. So I was really troubled, like how the hell can I change the credentials? And turns out that you can do that in settings, shared credentials. This is the place. And this is the place where you can add additional credentials if you want. I don't know why. Basically what it is, it's SSH. So connection to your nodes is happening through the SSH and all deployment is happening through the SSH. Credential name, subscribe to my channel. SSH username, password. If you want, you can also use SSH key authentication, of course. So when this is ready, when we have the shared credentials, we just have to go to the environments, add environment, create a Kubernetes cluster, start wizard, micro Kubernetes, lightweight Kubernetes cluster. Let's call it YouTube, whatever. This is just going to be a name of the cluster. Credentials, we're using subscribe. That's correct. Subscribe to the channel. Credentials are fine. And for the control plane nodes, I have 3 virtual machines. As I said, one is Oracle Linux, which is hosting the Portainer container, and 2 Ubuntu nodes, and one of them will be used as a control plane node and the second will be the worker node. So I'm gonna need IP addresses, and I can get them here. I will just copy paste this 1.187 and the second one is 182, I think. Yes, 64.226.117. And go ahead, you can try to hack me. Like, these virtual machines will be deleted right after recording this video, so I'm safe. And when you fill that up, you need to test the connection. That's a mandatory thing. Testing connection, 2 out of 2 nodes are reachable. If in your case they're not reachable, first thing to check authentication credentials. Are they really correct? And the second thing is the firewall. Like, do your nodes accept the outbound connections over SSH? So can Portainer connect or not? That's it. Add-ons are a beta feature. So far, micro Kubernetes add-ons functionality has only been tested in a limited set of scenarios. I haven't even tried it, to be honest, so I'm not be able to teach you anything new about it. We don't need more settings. Only thing that we need to do right now is, let me move this away, it looks ugly. The only thing that we need to do is click provision environment. Kubernetes installation started, and we can click close here, and this will take a couple of minutes. I think it was like 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, creating micro Kubernetes cluster. And while this is happening in the background, I can tell you like what's the difference between the Kubernetes and micro Kubernetes. Less features and much less system requirements. Like to spin up the whole Kubernetes cluster, you need very powerful servers. So most likely you will not be able to have like just virtual machines on top of your desktop. That will require dedicated hardware if you really want to do something. Micro Kubernetes, on the other hand, is very lightweight. The minimal requirement is 1 vCPU and 1 gig of the RAM, and the optimal, I think, was 2 and 2. So it's very affordable to play it out. But right now, since this is still creating micro Kubernetes cluster, let's pause here and we'll get back when it's created. And there we go, the installation of our Kubernetes cluster is finished. As you can see right now, we have 2 environments, and one is my Docker standalone, and the second one is Kubernetes. And here is IP address of our Kubernetes cluster. And to verify that it actually installed successfully, we can go to the SSH of one of the Ubuntu nodes that we have, and the command is micro Kubernetes status, which returns us the information that we don't have a high availability, which is fine for a default setup, but micro Kubernetes is running. We have enabled Portainer community DNS, cluster Helm 3, and role-based authentication. And this is your playground where then you can learn about the Kubernetes and try out different things. I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, then please subscribe, click a like button, and write a comment. That's the best way how you can support me right now and help this channel grow. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos.